Tell us about your earliest or most memorable story related to food.
Oh my god. Okay, the first one comes in. Okay. As soon as you ask me, this is what hit me. I was 8 years old. Um, I stole money from my dad. Seriously, I stole money from my dad.
Okay.
Uh, when everybody slept off, I made sure that I had a small can of oil next to my bed. Everybody's snoring. Then I walked slowly. It took me half an hour to go to the back door, open the, use the oils in the hinges, open the door, slowly opened it without any creaking noise. Went down the, apartment. It was bush area. After the bush area, it's all snakes. Didn't care for it. Jumped the bridge, went and had parota salna in the night, 11:30, all by myself. Didn't care about anybody. Came back, closed, slept. This is my adventure for food.
Okay. So since childhood you have been running after food.
Food was my middle name. Let me say I would. That's my first name actually.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Yeah.
So what was the point when you decided you want to go into this professionally? You want to become a chef?
Interestingly, I was always cooking right from childhood, from age 5. In the backyard with my grandmother. I fell from the second floor. I couldn't go out and play because I had a cranial fracture, which is, they told I can't play outside or be secured in the house. I was cooking with my grandmother. I knew food was a part of me, but it didn't take expression until I met my wife recently, and then she understood what my flair and passion is about, and then directed that energy towards in exploring into real time. And then I started being more creative, expressing every possible way, and all my childhood memories kicked in.
So that's when you decided to join MasterChef.
Yeah, pardon me, that is correct. There was a day that I was really monotonous with my work, going to the office, getting my job done, getting there, and I was not happy about it. It's just about money. Then I said I want to leave that and move towards my passion. But that was enhanced by conversation I had with my son. He said that time you are a butterfly, you can do whatever you want. And that kicked in my memory. Yeah, peace is most important. Joy is most important. It's not about the money. It's about expressing yourself unapologetically. That is one's right. It's a birthright. And that kicked in that day. So it took me to the spot of applying. On the day it's closing, I applied. They loved my food. They invited me, and the rest is history.
So how much has changed since you have been on MasterChef Australia?
Uh, Technically, life has been changing constantly because it's always the evolution is happening, the metamorphosis is happening. But through MasterChef Australia, it gave me a perspective of who I am, what I am. Forget the fame part and the TV show. Something happens there that kicks you in the gut. Says, look who you are and what you are, and it'll take you a different perspective of to see yourself and be proud of what you're doing and accept it and take it forward. That's what happened post MasterChef.
Nice. So do you think you have evolved in your cooking as well?
We always, even now, even today in the challenges we are having with Balaji, Chef Balaji, it's everlasting. This process is going to keep going, changing and changing and changing every day. My style of cooking will go every day. A new perspective will give me a new thought, new idea, new implementation. It will keep changing forever
Yes.
till I stop it, which
Have
I'm
you
not
s-
intending to.
Okay, that's nice. Have you seen any trend changes after COVID in food when it comes to consumer consumption?
Yes, I did. I did, and I was being foreseeing this much before the pandemic. That I would like to I wanted to when I was being taught the food by my grandmother. My grandmother used to always talk about how the produce used to be fresh from the farm to table. They used to go to the farmer directly, get that food. There's no ingredients of chemicals involved in it. They have a small batch. They used to use it. I wanted to go back to that. Now people I see after the post-pandemic, they are going to the ancient, which we had for thousands of years, and then we had a radical change of fast food. It's there, but now the people are slightly having the thought process of going back to the ancient techniques and ancient food, which is good for their health, which has no unprocessed food, would be healthier, and genetically it will grow better. So this is what has been doing. This is I've foreseen, and many people have said before and foreseen it. Now it's coming. That change I've seen it currently.
Okay, that's nice. So, going back again to MasterChef, Nigella Lawson rated you even higher than a professional head chef of a restaurant. So, what was that like for you? How did you feel in that moment?
It's a fan moment, of course. Nigella being the goddess of home cooking, and I resonate there with my cooking as well because my grandmother's. It's all rustic. I never wanted to be a fine dining chef. So it's all interpreted in a different manner, but it's not a fine dining. What I'm serving you, it's all about improvising what I ate into a different format. So coming from a fan-based club, like looking at Angela Lawson getting that appreciation and applaud, it is something. It's like a validity, but somewhere you know that you did something right because your heart is saying you did it with full intention, 100% efforts, and people can see that through.
Right.
So you do your thing, they'll do their thing, and when they do, it is an honor. So definitely I felt that.
So, right now you're working on an exciting collaboration with the Australian consulate at the moment. So, tell us more about that.
I'm collaborating with Park Hyatt,
Okay.
and Australian consulate is facilitating to be a part as a bridge to kickstart this
Okay.
collaboration with Park Hyatt.
Okay.
Australian consulate came to facilitate because the produce that I'm going to use into the food is they wanted to because the produce that I'm bringing from Australia is only in Australia.
Okay.
Now I'm using an interpretation of my childhood food with Australian produce. So bringing that together is something very different, and the chef Balaji also enjoys the process of learning of new flavors, new bringing, and it is great. So I know that people will be having some fun with this.
Okay. So, what are some other projects that you're working on apart from this?
The other projects I'm looking at is with my fellowship. That's where even Park Hyatt also is in hand in the future. Fellowship is nothing but when after my master chef, I wanted to empower budding chefs who wanted to have a platform to express themselves. Doesn't matter it's a budding chef or a budding entrepreneur or a person who also has an idea, wants to bring that to reality. They should be making sure that they have a platform for voice, and that platform I'm giving it. I won't say I'm taking the ownership of, the fame of bringing the platform. I'm just facilitating, guiding them. I want to be a mentor. And this, if you see, the first recipient of the Master Chef was, the first recipient of my fellowship, Loki Fellowship, Abhinash Naik, is a small town, homegrown person from Orissa, who went to Kerala to do IT. He was never happy about his IT job, but he wants to do something in food. But when I made sure that I got into this fellowship, I gave him the permission to express. Post that fellowship, he went and won Master Chef India,
Oh.
Abhinash Naik. So that I'm not teaching him anything to cook. I'm
Right.
asking him to be himself.
Right.
Give your permission to be taking risk in life. This is about expressing yourself. Be who you are. Second year participant Preet Sangvi. She is an amazing entrepreneur. She's not in food, cooking food. She's curator of food, and she's bringing communities and people around the world together. She won that next year. The third year, it was Australia focused. So it is two chefs in Australia who are budding, who wants to have a foot in the industry, but had no idea of what to do. And this fellowship helped them to cross over. So that is the project. Next year, I would like to hopefully have the government funding in order to take this forward to bridge the relationship between Australia and India. That's how, and that's how the Australian Consulate had come today to kickstart that collaboration between Pak Hayat and me. Pak Hayat will be very, very generous to be the foundation to host the kickstart my project here in Chennai, my hometown. I loved it, and it's great that they're giving the platform so that when the funding happens, I could bring Australian people to learn from India, Indian people from Australia, and the produce can go hand in hand from different countries and exchange knowledge. This is what my major aim for the project is.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Survi.
I had learned that you came in 2021 also
Yes.
in Parkhat,
Yes.
and you had an IGNOU to Kanyakumari train map
100%.
project.
Yes.
So what was that about, and how is it different from what you're doing now?
Oh, fantastic. So that was the seed. Dinner on Kanyakumari Express.
Yeah.
And today the plant has grown and we are having the fruits of multiple degustations of dinner on Alapi, dinner on Coromandel, dinner on Chennai Express. Now, Alapi and Coromandel are train journey stations where you stop in different stations having different kind of food from there, but in my interpretation with an Australian twist. Chennai Express is my favorite places that I have been naughty. You've been asking what stories I have as a childhood. All those, the like Alsamal sandwich. Alsamal sandwich is the iconic place to eat sandwich, where you will find a very different way of eating sandwich in this degustation. I won't say what it is, but you will see. It will be revealed soon. But that's how I take and interpret in a different format, totally different from what it originally is. That's those dinners on Elephant Express. My father was in railway, so I had to travel in trains to eat different food. That's how I got the idea, and I continue to keep that.
Okay, interesting. So, you have been to India, you have been to Australia. What are your most favorite dishes from each country? Tell it.
By far, anybody, if you ask me, my death dish will be biryani. So India will be biryani anytime. Buy biryani from Chennai is my favorite. Though there are different biryanis, awesome biryanis around the world and around India, Chennai is something special for me. So I love Buy biryani, especially in Roypeta, area of Roypeta. In Australia, hands down, it's called Bunnings sausage.
Sorry, bunny sausage?
Yeah, it's like there's one store, okay? It's a tool store, like a massive tool store. They have a shop outside having hot dogs,
Okay.
like a bread and a sausage.
Okay.
The best grilled Bunnings sausage.
Okay.
I travel on a Sunday to go there, not to buy anything from the shop, but to eat. That's what it is.
Amazing.
Thanks.
Which is the one dish that you have created that you're most proud of today?
Oh my god. I have to show you a picture, but bun parota. Madurai bun parota is it's an emotion, right? But I've taken that inspiration, went to Australia, learned that the croissant and muffin together, craft. There's an iconic dish there, muffin. It's like a large. When I eat that, it felt like I'm eating in Madurai because it was bun parota but in a very different format. So I created that bun parota in that form of craft with stuffing of Indian, mutton tofu inside it. Once you bite into it, you're transported somewhere in the world. And coming back to Madurai and Melbourne, Madurai, Melbourne, Madurai, Melbourne, Madurai.
Okay. And before we say bye, we have to ask you one question. Like when you aren't cooking for guests or curating five-star menus, what do you like to eat?
Many different places call it differently, but number one, kanji. Farhan's favorite, like same thing, kanji with salted fish.
Okay.
Simple but bliss. That is what I eat. Sometimes I also indulge in tidbits of masala tukku on a fairy bread, like like milk bread. That's my favorite. But kanji is my best.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Thank
Chef.
you.
It was amazing talking to you. And we hope your 2 week journey here,
Thank you.
your experience is
Thank
great.
you, Surabhi.
It would be wonderful to see Australian cuisine mixed with Indian cuisine, and we share our cultures together.
Absolutely.
In terms of food, especially because food is the love of almost everyone's life. So
100%. And it has no
Yes.
language and it brings people together.
yes,
This is very important that one understands that it doesn't need to be very fancy, that each culture has their food, we bring it together, we are a community, we are one.
yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thanks, Farhan.